Alright, let's just jump right into it, shall we? So, today, first deck of the day is going to be this Tri-Beam Midrange deck. This is just card for card, a list I got from the Mobalytics website. I believe they're calling this Slow Burn. So, what this deck is essentially is a Draven Ezreal midrange deck that's trying to take advantage of this card here. Tri-Beam Improbulator. Deal 1 to a unit, summon a random 1-cost follower, but both of those numbers increase every time you play a 3-cost card. So, you know, for example, we could have a turn where we play our Draven on turn 3. We then, maybe we play a Sump Dredger, discarding away the axe he creates, cycle through a card. Now we've played 2 3-cost cards, and now this Tri-Beam Improbulator is going to deal 3 and summon a 3-drop, which is great. Curini Swag, thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate you stopping by the stream and checking things out. Hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, so this is a mid-range. So this card lets us generate a lot of value when it comes down, potentially by, you know, removing one of their key threats while generating a pretty potent one of our own on our side of the board. Now, we've played a deck like this on stream a little while ago. Decided to give it another shake. This is considered one of the better decks in the game right now, according to Mobalytics at least, and so thought we'd try it out and see how we do. I've been playing it a little bit this week with some middling success, so we'll just play some more games with it today, see how we do. Tri-Beam, you know, this is a card that's it's going to be really good when you have it early on and you can start pumping it up, but tends to be obviously a very bad late game top deck because, you know, dealing 1 damage and getting a 1-drop for 4 mana is not particularly interesting. So most of the time we're going to be hoping to get one of these in our opening hand or draw into one early, because these just get worse and worse kind of as the game goes on. And the kind of awkward thing about them is because they're not self-enabling, although you do want one in the early, one, let's say, in your opening hand, or to see one early, seeing multiples of them can be kind of awkward because they don't enable each other, and, you know, that just makes it stresses your hand even more to draw into those 3-drops to actually make them good. So it's kind of this awkward card where you want to see them early, but you don't want too many of them. And yeah, but obviously there's little doubt that it can be a very powerful card in the right situation. Hence why I believe this deck is seeing a lot of success as it would seem based on those Mobalytics numbers. So, and Draven Ez is an archetype I've been enjoying a lot in the last little while. Not exactly this form. I prefer like the non-Tri-Beam versions, but there's no doubt that this version probably a little bit better in the mirror, and I guess apparently a little bit better overall, so we'll see how we go. I think I'll keep the Mystic Shot because both of their champions die to it. Like we said, we want a Tri-Beam in our opener, along with this 3-drop. I think that's fine. I don't think I want 2. Look for something else. That's actually kind of nice, so we have something to do with our mana on 2 if we're not interested in Mystic Shotting something. This is almost certainly a, if I had to guess, they're playing Plaza, so we'd like to see one of our Scorched Earth as well. I'll go ahead and just shoot this. Keep our life total as high as possible. It's an Ezreal that doesn't do much. I'll just go ahead and play this down. If they drop a Plaza here, that's obviously awkward, but at least we have 2 blockers to kind of, they have to work through. And maybe... Actually, it's not that bad, right? Because they drop Plaza, we get in for 3, then next turn they drop their threat, and we stun it with the Spider. That's not bad. And now whatever it is can potentially die to Ravenous Flock, depending on what it is. And yeah, I think we're interesting in telling Katarina to go flock herself. Okay. Do they have a Sharp Sight to save her is the question. No Sharp Sight. Tempted to drop Ezreal and get in for a bunch of damage, but I think... is that right? They play something, they sharp sight. I feel like they would have played sharp sight last turn if they had it. What do we think? Do we drop Ezreal? This potentially could come online too and be very good.
Don't blink.
Can generate a lot of pressure. Like if they play something that dies to this Tri-Beam now, that would be good. Or that wouldn't be bad, but at the same time that means we don't get to play the fleeting Mystic Shot from that. Yeah, I'm fine with this, I think.
Not so fast.
Firing.
Lucian.
That's kind of interesting. Well, unfortunately, that's pretty beefy. We can't kill it with Mystic Shot plus Ravenous Flock. That's not enough damage. I think we just want to go wide here, I guess. Really wanted to see our... really wanted to see our Scorched Earth this game, huh? That's going to be a tough nut to crack, I think. So they're almost certainly going to hit our Ezreal here. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
No way.
Another Tri-Beam. Not exactly what we wanted to see at this point, unfortunately.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Would really like to see some Sump Dredgers or some... whatever the heck that one drop... I'm blanking on the name right now for some reason. Rummage. To turn these into actual cards. The aforementioned Scorched Earth would be nice.
By the strength of our convictions!
That's interesting.
Who will stand with us?
I feel like we need to save this Ravenous Flock for this.
Sentinels of light don't fear the dark.
This is a pretty pitiful Tri-Beam, but I think I want to use it just to spend our mana. There's the Scorched Earth finally.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Probably a little too late. We'll see. I think we gotta kill this. This is dying from the Blade's Edge almost certainly. Question is, do I Scorched Earth the Grand Plaza, or am I kind of obligated? I feel like I'm obligated to kill the Battering Ram at this point. Oh wow, that improves it while it's on the stack. That's really nice.
This might hurt. I'm not done.
Fuse is lit!
Just kill this now.
Sentinels.
Who's gonna get in my way?
Surprised they didn't go for the 2 one there, actually. Oh man.
All in the wrist.
We talked about it at the start of this set, and it's showing right
Never.
now how bad these improbulators are. My god. I think I have to use it and like kill it with Ravenous Flock because I can't have her just constantly regaining them combat tokens. There's no way. Tippy Tips, thanks a lot for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream.
Just an egg.
Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Welcome everyone. We're playing some Tri-Beam mid-range on the ladder right now, and we've drawn really bad things. Alright, I think that's gonna do it then. So, Tri-Beam, very bad card to top deck in the late game when you're looking for ways to close the game out, but it is what it is. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, because it goes back in hand. Yeah, that's a good point. We're probably losing that game anyway, but you're right. There was no reason to concede there. I suppose we still had top decks like Rummage to turn our crappy mushrooms into actual cards. Yeah, for some reason I thought that boost was permanent. I forgot that things going back to hand lose buffs. I'm used to playing another. I still have this bad instinct from a previous game that I used to play where buffs persist even when things bounce back to hand. I probably want the Ballistic Bot on. Probably want chump blockers. Arachnid could be nice, especially when we draw into Tri-Beams or our Ravenous Flock. See what he does here. Morpus, thanks for the follow. Tomska, you as well. Thank you very much.
Can you improve perfection?
I'm kind of tempted to save this Thermo Beam for when they drop their Draven. Because that's going to put on a lot of pressure on us.
I am superior life form.
Now I feel like I want to use it on one of those two things. Is that crazy? Rocketman, thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate you. This is a bit aggressive, right? I don't need to do that.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
At me, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
I'm ready. Can you improve perfection? Fire till nothing moves.
We might have to use use this Thermo Beam on one of these 3/3s. But I'm gonna see. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. This kind of just makes his attacks a little bit worse this turn. I guess it means I can't Thermo Beam this turn. This is a backup Ezreal, which is fine. Yeah.
System upgrade.
I thought you'd never ask.
That's a bit rough.
Safety disengaged. A ticket to the gun show.
Maybe that's wrong because of this crowd favorite, but I just feel like he's probably going to open on attacks.
Prime and ready.
I mean, these are slowly killing us too with the ignitions anyway.
Who's ready to reckon? Oh, it is a great day for a reckoning.
Just play out as much blockers as we can.
That's me.
Yeah, this was a really good... Oh, but that does mean we just get to do this, I guess. Am I keeping the 3-2 or am I killing? I think I want to kill just a bunch of this stuff. I guess the Scorched Earth doesn't have text yet, but I probably need to Scorched Earth this thing. Like you said, I can kind of just throw units into his stuff and then Scorched Earth whatever he blocks. Our opponent's... Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, our opponent... Yeah, I was just about to say, our opponent probably shouldn't block, but... It might be worth giving our opponent the chance to make that mistake.
Can you improve perfection?
Well, that's a thermo beam now, so that's kind of nice.
Evolve or die.
Like, never in a million years should you block here. It signifies that I either have a Scorched Earth, a Ravenous Flock. It could also just be me kind of soft passing and seeing what our opponent does. I mean, that'd be silly if he then took the block, but you know, it is what it is. If these are nothing,
Immerse yourself in
maybe this is not so bad. Okay, because if it was going to be like a bunch of fervors and... Or what is that one called? Vision? Vision? Not fervor.
Humanity is obsolete.
This leaves us with 6 mana to blow this guy up. We're still in a really bad spot, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, Tri-Beams are really good in this matchup if you can get them early, which we did not.
It's Draven time.
So I play this, that goes there, then he has a bunch of... No, I'm gonna...
ways to find me mushrooms.
How silly is it to Scorched Earth the Flame Chompers just so we have this 4-3 to block one of his bigger things? We can't play Mystic Shot though, so it doesn't really matter.
Safety disengaged.
Because I kind of want to Mystic Shot this. I guess this can block it now.
Nothing moves.
I have these Mushroom Clouds too, so if he wants to like take that guy, I guess I can block here, Mushroom Cloud, and then Mystic Shot this. Chump block the thingy.
So ordinary.
Yeah, I got there. Rocket Man got there before me, but he was typing. So we're gonna do that.
Perfection.
What am I missing?
Worthy end.
Yikes. No, I appreciate the I appreciate the tips. Cause I need them. We're not even leveled yet? Come on,
Time
Ez.
for a true display of skill.
Who's ready to wreck it?
I'm assuming he chumps here. Could also, okay.
Someone get him up!
On the verge of something
Okay, can I concede now?
without a little risk.
I don't think we can beat this card advantage now.
Oh, really?
Some rough starts. I thought this was the best deck in the game. Why am I not just automatically winning? Oh, because I actually have to play well, too? That's... I thought this was like other card games where I just automatically win when you play the best deck. Oh well. Alright. Twisted Fate Fizz, so probably like an Elusives aggro deck. So we want removal because we can't really block anything. I guess Ez can be an okay blocker in situations, and he can force them into awkward blocks or face the wrath of his Mystic shots. Fizz turn 1. Yay, we didn't get Fizz turn 1. That's a really good start for us. Huh.
Flesh was weak, but look at me
We might rummage away the,
This perfection, meat bags.
Now I'm gonna swing.
Pitiful.
Our opponent thought better of it. He's like, they're a rummage deck, or they're a Ravenous block deck. I was gonna say we might actually rummage away Ballistic Bot's Ignition with another card in our hand, but now I'm not so sure. I think I like hitting this with Ravenous Block. Maybe this is wrong because they have such a high critical mass of elusive threats that I'm supposed to save this for that, but... Yeah, especially with a Fizz on the field, too. He just gets, like, an elusive Fizz every round, which can be annoying.
We playing bilge rules, son?
Tide's coming in.
Did he play 2 Pool Sharks this round? So there's a chance he can't play both the cards he draws off of this.
Safety disengaged.
Well, I feel like I want to swing first and see what our opponent does, but I feel like I want to Ignition, actually, now that I think about it. Just so these can't bounce off of the thing. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe I was just supposed to get rid of this.
Need a hand?
Can't say no to Fizz.
Okay, so good chance he loses one of the 2 fleeting things he generated here.
Where you going? Wait. Scratch.
This is actually kind of nice because... Well, we'll see. Okay, so he got rid of the thing he was gonna lose. Let's try to hit Fizz with a Thermo Beam and see if he has another thing to play. Wow, he's spending those pretty aggressively, so... Yeah, like, especially with our opponent discarding all these burst speed, like, cheap cards to help potentially protect Fizz, I think it's,
Can you improve perfection?
I think it's time to pull the trigger on that Thermo Beam.
Yep.
Has another one, of course, but, you know, it is what it is.
Time for a true display of skill.
I could get value off of this, but if he's just passing the round, I think that's correct, because he loses 1 mana and I don't lose any, and then I just open attacks I have a really good open attack this round.
Safety disengaged.
Now I kind of want to play Draven as well.
I have the best job.
Can discard these things to Rummage or both of his axes if he gets to generate a second one. Play the Ignition. If it
Never
feels right.
lost a fair game. Or played one.
I don't mind that.
I'm a people person.
I am the future.
I am the future. You could also discard the spinning, discard the Ignition to the spinning axe to pump this thing up. Or just, like, use the spinning axe. I don't think I do with the Rummage in hand, but it's a potential option. Our opponent actually probably just supposed to take 6 here. I guess he can't let this connect necessarily, so maybe he's debating burning a card and blocking here. And maybe because of that I'm supposed to not
Take
swing
your
with
time,
the
pal.
Ezreal,
It's not
but...
like I've got better things.
Charmed, I'm sure.
This means he's got a second Twisted Fate in hand, right? Well, we're gonna make him spend whatever it is he has to protect this Fizz. And then I think we're gonna rummage away some stuff. Do I want to keep the Ignition? Do I want to just play it as a deal one? It might actually be relevant. I think we're gonna try to Thermo Beam this again. So yeah, I think that's fine. Actually, wait, how far away is this from... Okay. Obviously, he could have... I guess he could have a suit up. Alright, let's see if he has a way to protect Fizz a second time. No. Okay. So this is late once again. Okay, that's something. Probably just gonna play these with our 7 mana this round.
Die Moms do like a yodeling uniform.
Okay, he can't play that this round though. Darn, 1 mana short. Yikes. Am I chump blocking with Ezreal? I think I have to. I guess I don't have to. But he's never getting in. He's never getting in at this point, so I may as
No
well...
sweat.
Obviously he's close to leveling, though. I play the Tri-Beam, I swing, he levels, I start dealing damage with stuff.
What are you waiting for?
I'm gonna skip for now. Oh man, Captain Pharaon. That's not good enough though, right? No, I'm gonna die if I play that. 1, 2, 3.
Watch and learn.
Like a fish in water.
It's only dealing 2, sadly. Can I get an elusive threat? That'd be nice. I mean, that is what it is.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
Keep up, keep up.
Alright, good games, opponent. I think we lost. I guess not quite. We could chump block the 3. But he probably has, like, pump spells and whatnot in hand. Really needed anything but another Captain Pharaon as a top deck there.
Whatever, man. Not my fault.
Maybe it is your fault, Draven. Maybe it is. We're like 0-3 with this already. Granted, I kind of threw away that first game that we weren't necessarily losing, but... I mean, these are fun games, don't get me wrong. They're like nail biters and they're close. We were doing so well that game, and then he just drew into all of his zaps and just like buried us in card advantage. And we didn't have quite enough pressure. Tri-beam, probably. Do I like Ezreal for this? I think I do. Do I want Thermo? Thermo for their turn 2 Elise could be nice. And it would actually be a 3-drop, so it actually improves the Tri-beam. I'm going to keep this hand. This might be a bad keep, but I want to keep it anyway.
We playing bilge rules, son?
That's a interesting
Give
turn
us some
1 play. There's a lot, like if this is the go hard deck, unless they're playing a certain variant of it, like there's a lot of things they could draw that they just lose here. Gonna pass.
I've whipped up something special.
I'm just gonna bank the spell, man. If they open on attacks, you probably like Mystic Shot this thing. Yeah, see, they lost their draw.
This'll send them running.
There you go. Just want to keep our life total pretty high, I would think, for this match. Not gonna play the Ezreal, just gonna die to like this plus some sort of removal. Need to play something though. Scorched Earth probably not very good in this match. They don't have landmarks, and most of their stuff is like small enough that it just dies to what we're doing anyway. We don't need to finish things off, so I think I'm okay to run this away. Yeah, I'm in for playing a Draven, I think.
It's Draven time.
If they want to play like a Twisted Fate and gold card us or something, we can Thermo Beam him.
Deal me in.
Or
Something
red
for
card
all.
us. I guess red card plus this is really good.
Let's boogie.
Attack first.
Wait a minute.
This is dying to a go hard anyway, so let's just trade it off. Draven probably dies to it as well, but that's fine. Tri-beam already looking kind of nice. I think I'm just gonna kill the Twisted Fate, though, to be honest. It's just really mana efficient. I could like try to manipulate my draws in such a way to like make this a 3 at least to improve this. I don't think it's necessary. That Ravenous Flock is nice to pair with our Spider here.
Gotta go with the flow.
This is already up to a 4. We can play Ez and get it up to a 5. We probably will play Ez next turn. Assuming he finally found a Go Hard. Nope, not quite yet. If he wants to kill this to draw 2 with Glimpse again, I think that's pretty good for us because then...
Suck.
I was gonna say because then it gives us like, decent open attacks next turn. I think I'm actually fine blocking here. This is dying to go hard anyway. Kind of just want to trade our stuff off often.
The world's a big place.
He doesn't have Vengeance mana up, so let's do this. We actually have enough mana to play and use this too, which is nice. Our opponent's
One shot, all skill.
waiting for us. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Grasp. Okay.
No way.
Look at that. Never didn't have it.
Packed him good.
I'm just gonna play another Twisted Fate on top of that, right?
Hey, Mom, still like a yodel in uniform.
But if I guess if they want to like gold card this with Twisted Fate,
For him.
fine with that.
Excuse you.
How many go hards have they played? 2 so far, or just the 1? Just the 1, right? Looks like, yeah.
Don't blink or you'll miss me. Watch and learn.
I'm assuming we're gonna get hit by Vile Feast. No. It's an aggressive Ruination. That's actually pretty good for us, I think. Okay, not that it matters, but I'll go ahead and do this.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
We don't need to draw that yet. I guess I could play Ez and use the Mystic Shot just to deal 2. This gets this up to a 7. But Ledros only has 6 points, right? So if he wants to do that next turn... We saw him discard a Ledros before. Opponent deck, opponent graveyard. Sorry. I've played this game before, I swear. We saw him discard a... Anyway, I'm pretty sure Ledros is a 9/6. I just don't want to play this again into another Ruination, I suppose. Probably doesn't matter. Let's just start with this. Slightly more resource efficient, I suppose, but I could also just use that 1 mana and discard these 2. Bank the 3. Double Draven, huh? Okay, I'll just bank the spell mana then. It's kind of interesting because Draven will tick this up one, and then yeah, Draven will tick this up by one, and then the whatchamacallit will do another.
The party has arrived.
Time for a true display of skill.
So now he needs Vengeance plus. Oh, Vengeance is like. I guess he could. We saw Grasp of the Undying, so he could have that. Double Grasp, I suppose, is possible for him to have. Double Grasp would be really nasty. Okay, he has nothing. I think that means we win the game. They don't have a ton of healing. Ruination number 2. Maybe? Could just be a go hard that he's deciding where to put.
Oh, take your time, pal. It's not like I've got better things to do.
Look at that, we finally got a win. See, there's an example of Tri-Beam doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is, I don't know. Unlike most of our previous games where we just top decked it late and it was an embarrassing card to have. Yeah. Which is kind of the reason why I've always been kind of lukewarm on decks like this so far. Is just because I like my card to have consistent power level, not just like either be a 2 or a 10. Obviously, it's great when it works and it's fun, you know, ticking those numbers up and letting the deck do its thing. But I don't mind Thermo Beam because we can like kill their Precious Pet turn 1, and like obviously it gets value the later we go. If they're like, you know, Spider Burn, this is not about card advantage, and I'd rather find something early instead of our 4-drop, so I think I throw away the rest. That's a great draw, that's not bad.
Explosives primed.
Captain Farron obviously not great. I mean, maybe he helps us actually close the game out if it goes late, but another House Spider is really good. That's fine. We're gonna take a hit for 2, maybe more, but Probably gotta say bye-bye to Pharaon. Opponent's got choices. This is one of my favorite card backs, I think, of the ones that you can unlock. It just looks really good. Speaking of which, why the heck is there a Targon one on this?
I have my orders.
I mean...
Debit.
Sure.
No one's the wiser.
What do we think? He's gonna play, like, a bunch of fearsome things?
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
I mean, it feels like we're in an okay spot currently.
The party has arrived.
The Zaun one? Is that the newer? That's the newer one? Because the first one was Piltover, right? That's like the newish ones. Yeah, again, like if he wants to kind of like fog my attack steps like this,
Let's boogie.
I think I'm okay with that. I'll just get the axe from this, because this is dying and dealing a damage to us anyway.
Run while you can. Coming in hot!
Maybe I'm supposed to play the ballistic bot there, actually. Some treasure's decent. Finally, we'll get in a good hit here.
Death doesn't scare me. Witness perfection, meatbags.
This Arachnoid Sentry will be good if he has a Captain Pharaon.
Humanity is obsolete.
I think we try to find a Mystic Shot to stop that, eh? Yeah, just because I don't want to die to another Unspeakable Horror.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
I think we'll do another one with this deck. I usually like to play things for just an hour before moving on. I like to get a variety of decks in on stream. So depending on how long this next match goes, it might be our last one for this deck for the day. But we have a bunch more to play, so we'll get going on those. Alright, let's see if we can beat the Go Hard deck a second time. I like that for the blockers. This combination is nice. Thermo Beam nice. I think I keep. The Skitterer is a great card. Sorry, I'm like reacting to that comment a little bit late, but yes, Skitterer is a neat card. Spider Burn was actually one of the first decks I started building, obviously because, you know, it's one of the starter decks you get when you sign up for the game, and just upgrading it is upgrading it is pretty easy to do, and it was one of the first decks I used to climb a little bit. So that was nice.
In the shadows.
See if he takes this block. I'm actually fine Thermo Beaming to finish this off. And I think I Thermo Beam because Thermo Beam, like, they don't have huge targets for me to Thermo Beam usually, except for Ledros, but that's not coming down for a while, and I'd rather save this Ravenous Flock to pair with this Spider.
So young.
Yeah, discard aggro was the next archetype I built, because Draven and Jinx were like two of my favorite champions just based on watching other people play the game before I got into it, and then when I built discard aggro, it was like basically all I played for months. I haven't played it for a long time because I kind of burnt myself out on it, but cool to see that it's still a reasonable card. Totally fine making these trades. Like, we need to work through their blockers eventually anyway. They're gonna kill some of our stuff. Go hards. I think this is perfectly fine doing this. Now what do we want to do? I could play the 4-3. Then what? He's gonna play a Twisted Fate and gold card me. But if he does that, am I okay with that? Yeah, I think we.
I'm still like a yodel in uniform.
I think that's fine. It's not ideal, but I mean...
You'll fight or you'll swim!
Okay. Do I throw away my 4-3 for their 3-1? Probably not. That's kind of annoying because it generates a little bit of card advantage for them. If I do that, he trades here, gets a card, and then I don't have something that can block the 3-1 effectively. I think I'm gonna pass for now. I need to work through their blockers eventually, like I said, but we do have things like Mystic Shots plus Ezreal in our deck, so hopefully that will do. There's the Mystic Shot we were talking about.
Double pay for the next kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't be surprised to see him go all in here. He doesn't mind generating a 6+ cost card. He has the mana to play it. I still think we want to block though. I'm gonna pass to start, because we're not losing as nearly as much mana as he would if he just wants to pass back. And if he wants to play stuff out, depending on what it is, you know, we can do this to kill a threat. We could Sump Dredger away a Mushroom Cloud and have a decent open attacks next turn. Okay, let's see if he plays a 2-drop here.
Come closer. I don't bite.
That's fine. That's a fine one. He wants to trade these off. Perfectly fine with that. And if he wants to take 8, I'm also fine with that.
Gotta go with the flow.
Is that worth hitting with Sentry? I think it is. This represents a lot of damage over time. It also blocks our Ezreals. I think this is okay.
That I am superior life form.
Probably gonna see him. If he hits this with Glimpse, though, that's pretty good for us, because that means he doesn't have Ruination mana up next turn, so I think I'm fine with this. We're probably going to use the Ignition, actually, and rummage it away along with this second Mushroom Cloud to generate some card advantage. Okay, he found a Go Hard.
System upgrade.
That's Go Hard number 3 from him, right? It is. Unfortunately, it is. I'm actually just gonna pass. See what he does. Okay, our opponent has not going hard anymore.
Once I stab papers, now faces. Safety disengaged. Join me if you want to live. Prime and ready. I am the future.
Maybe I'm supposed to play the Mushroom Cloud there to get in 2 more points.
Can you improve perfection? A ticket to the gun show. System upgrade. Prime and ready.
That's not a bad draw. Interesting. Ooh, that's a Captain Pharaon.
Enough suffered.
What do I want to do here?
Time for the main event.
Stand in my way shall fall.
All those who stand in my way shall fall, says he. So we can block here, block here. We get another spinning axe to discard to this Sump Dredger.
Beautiful face.
We're definitely thermo beaming that. Just want to get in for as much damage as possible next turn. This is 9, 10, 11, 12.
Can you improve perfection? Destiny awaits.
If they have a vengeance, they're probably going to use it now on this this guy. No vengeance.
Stow the rations! Shackle the prisoners!
System upgrade. Join me if you want to live.
Assuming we're going to see the pack your bags now.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Even if they pack our bags, what happens? We lose? Guess we'll pass and see what we do.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one.
Okay.
Who says I don't share?
Enough! I'll end this!
Do they have a Vile Feast? Ugh, they do. That's so unfortunate. We almost had them. They're going too wide now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're exactly dead.
I'll blow up the pieces!
If only you were a Mystic Shot, Ez.
I won't pass.
Close one. We tried so hard and got so far. Yeah, good games. Fun stuff. Still not in love with the Tri-Beam, you know, card, but it is fun. It's a fun card when it works. And the deck overall is still obviously very functional without it. It's just a solid mid-range list. Like I've been... Draven Ezreal without the Tri-Beam has been one of my favorite decks. And basically, this has just replaced, the Static Shocks that was in here to, like, help level up Ezreal. So, not a big deal. Actually, this deck lacks some... Aftershocks, I guess. Like, the list that isn't running this card has got some... Aftershocks in it instead. It's basically the only difference. I think I have a version without Arachnoid Sentry as well because I was trying things like whatchamacallits, but I think I like the Sentries better for two reasons. One, pairs really well with Ravenous Flock, which is a card you want to be running anyway, and also the playability actually helps level Ezreal, which is kind of neat. Fun games though. I think that's gonna do it for that deck though. We'll move on to the next.